In a speech yesterday in Phoenix, President Barack Obama addressed the nation's housing recovery, calling for private capital to take the lead in the nation's mortgage market. I'm here with Shanthi Bharatwaj, reporter for The Street. Shanthi, so tell us, what was the big takeaway from Obama's speech?
Well, clearly the big takeaway was, President Obama waded into housing reform. He called for the end of Fannie and Freddie. He said there should be bigger role for private capital. And at the same time, he also said that there should be some kind of government guarantee to ensure availability of credit. Now, a lot of this broadly echoes a current bipartisan, Coker-Warner Senate bill, which pretty much says the same thing. I think it was just interesting that he mentioned it because that means that, this is definitely on the agenda. But, we can't expect anything on this to happen anytime soon because this is a really big debate on housing. There are a lot of voices in this debate. It's a controversial issue, and we are talking about a dramatic overhaul of a $10 trillion market. It's not going to happen anytime soon. We could see this going on for a couple of years now. Well,
and speaking of controversial issues, we actually saw Obama tie in the issue of immigration into housing and actually say that he called for a new immigration law to help housing. Was that surprising to you?
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting connection to make, but it was a very valid one. Immigrants are a very big contributor to household growth. And in fact, in California and New York, they have explained a majority of the growth in home ownership in the last decade. And so long as you are uncertain about your legal status, even if you're legally here and you're waiting for your green card, it is a major deterrent from buying a home. So it was an interesting connection to make, something that's not made very often, and something that particularly resonated with Arizona, the people in Arizona, where this is also another major issue.
Well, our tech editor of The Street's Chris Ciaccio, who actually spoke with Zillow CEO Spencer Rascoff yesterday after Zillow reported earnings, and Rascoff himself will be hosting an online Q&A with Obama today regarding housing. What do you expect Obama to address? What do you think people really want from him?
That's right. From what I understand, Rascoff told Ciaccia that he's going to talk about GSE reform. He's going to talk about a lot of micro issues, actually. I think the important thing to understand here is that this has been a very frustrating recovery for most Americans. A lot of people, 10 million actually, are underwater. They owe more than their homes are worth. 1 million people are in the foreclosure process. A few more million are defaulting on their loans and are probably just a few months away from foreclosure. People can't buy a home because they can't get a loan. Those who can get a loan are being outbid in many markets by cash-rich investors. And you can call it a seller's market, but a lot of sellers actually cannot sell because A, they're underwater, or B, you actually need to find a home to buy before you can sell your home, and you're not able to do that in this market. So I think President Obama has his work cut out for him. There's a lot of confidence building to do, and confidence is a big factor in the housing recovery. And he's going to face, I'm afraid, a very disgruntled audience today.
Wow, good points. Thank you so much, Shanthi Bharatwaj. I'm Brittany Umar for The Street.